going on, my beautiful, educated, yes, some of y'all very educated, highly vibrational individual expressions of source code on earth? That's you. So let's want to break down the key to immortality. Now, when I say immortality, you know, that's a very broad term. I'm talking about eternal now. I'm talking about the ability to live in heaven on earth, like establishing heaven on earth. That's immortality. To live in the eternal now, to live in a state where you are in a mental disposition where your vibration, that's simply the way by which you see the world, is youthful and strong and vigorous. That just simply means that, that you have a way by which you see the world that allows you to be you. You know, everybody has a different definition of what that may mean. So for me, that just simply means that one thing about young people is that young people are always looking forward and old people are always looking backwards. So that's the difference between what I mean by living in the eternal now. The eternal now is a mental state where you are always in a constant state of growth, creativity, excitement, learning, because every day you're like a child at play. So that state, that mental disposition can't be faked. It's real or not because you're looking forward. So if you're looking forward, then you're going to move forward. But it's interesting that when you start, getting my age and older, people think that all of their greatest achievements is behind them. So they always talk about, yeah, man, I remember back in high school. Oh, I remember back in college. Oh, bro, do you remember back in the day we used to do this? Back in the day, back in the day, back in the day. So when you get of age, most people go to a low vibrational state because they believe that their best days are behind them. So they look backwards. So they go backwards. So in order for you to reverse the aging process and stay in a youthful state of vigor, you got to look forward. So you got to be like a child. The Bible says, suffer not the little children that come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven. So heaven is a space of growth. That's why when Yahushua the Hamashiach saw the fig tree that didn't have no fruit, he cursed it and it died because of a lack of growth. So growth is the ability to constantly always be moving forward, always be looking forward, always to be looking ahead, always to be in a spirit of excitement, of love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, self-control. Against such things, there is no law, there is no wall. So the ability for you to overcome obstacles and any type of situation, because remember, we have situations, we have experiences, we have emotions, but we are not our emotions. We have them, we're not them. So the biggest mistake that most people do, they get them bogged down in their life, is that if they have a negative experience, they believe they must be attached to that negative experience. So I don't attach myself to what I would call life events. Events happen. That don't mean that you are that event. That just simply means you had that event. You experienced that event and then you let it go, move on. So interesting. Children, they don't worry about what they're going to eat. They don't worry about where they're going to sleep. They don't worry about what they're going to wear. Now, the Bible says, why worry about what you shall eat, what you shall wear, and all of this stuff? Do you not know that your Heavenly Father knows that you have need of these things before you even ask? So that's heaven. Heaven is a state of constant play. So it's a mental state of play. So now what is play? Well, play means that your brain is immersed in the role. You don't worry about the goal. Ooh, that'll preach. So what are you saying? Well, most people that I know, they're worried about the goal. They're not immersed in the role. Ooh, let me say it again. Most people that I know, their brain is not immersed in the role. They are worried about the goal. They got destination addiction. They're trying to get there, wherever there is, instead of play. Now, when you was a child, your parents would tell you, boy, my parents told me anyway, boy, go outside with that stuff. Meaning what? Go outside and play. So I could lose myself in play. So when I was playing, I was having fun. Notice I didn't play at difficult tasks. I climbed trees and, played Batman and Robin and cops and robbers. And I only did the things that I liked. So when you're in a constant state of play, that's how you know you are going to pay. Meaning that the best way to explain it is you got to be in a constant state of play, if you want to receive pay. So you receive pay based upon play. So you got to be in a mental state of play. That's why the scripture talks about that the heaven is like children. Suffer not the little children to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven. So heaven is a place for children, a mental disposition. So it's interesting that adulting is like, hey, what's up, Kiara? So it's very interesting that most people are serious. I'm just a child at heart. And I get a lot of flack for that. I like to joke around. I like to have fun. I get on these shows. I say, hey, yo, what's up, boo-boo? What's up, homeboy? What's up, I have fun. And a lot of people get angry and they get upset when I have fun because they say, man, you too old to be acting like that. Bro, I'm still a kid. And interesting, children look forward. Children are very creative. Children are very imaginative. Children are very fun-loving. And children, they have no worries. They have no cares. They're free spirit. They just like the wind. They come and they go wherever they want to go. I've never seen a child ask a parent, hey, mom, dad, how we going to pay rent this month? I never seen a child ask their parents, did you pay your car payment today? Kids don't do that. You know what kids do? They just run around and play. They are immersed in play. So the key for you to be is to immerse yourself in your role. Bump the goal. Now the next question is, what is your role? Bam, you're in the right place. So I do role reports. This is my role. This is 750 pages that tells me my role. This is my role that takes me to my goal. So I don't worry about my goal. What is my goal? Wealth, health, wisdom, relationships. That's my goal. So I made it. Then I turn my back on it. I forget about it. And I'm immersed in this. So I'm a very 3-3-6. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 9. 3, 3, 6, creative, imaginative, 6, communicator. What am I doing right now? Creative. I'm creatively, and I'm using my imagination to communicate details to you. That's what I do every day. I get paid to do that. So this is not work. I haven't worked in 15 years. People get up every day and they go to work. That's why I gotta go on vacation. I will never go on vacation. I'm already on vacation. I will never retire. It's like that's telling a kid, stop playing. Now, when you was a kid, adults used to tell you, hey, boy, sit down somewhere. Be quiet. Stop playing. And what happened? We get the boo-boo face. You get the why? Because we love to play. When I was a kid, I loved to play. I'm still a kid. I still love to play. So I wake up every day and I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. I don't know very many adults that wake up every day and they're excited because they can't go play. They got to save up their money and go on and take a week off and then go on vacation because of their vocation. So my vacation and my vocation, they're married. So what I've done is created a lifestyle where every day I get paid to play. So every day in every way, I get paid to play. They don't preach that at Ebenezer Baptist. So every day, in every way, I get paid to play. That should be your mantra too. Just like every day and every way, I get bigger and better. Not bigger as in girth, bigger as in paper. So, in conclusion, if you do not have your play report, so this is like when I play football. I love football. An offensive coordinator would have a playbook. This is my playbook. If you want your playbook, this tells you the path that takes you to your cash. Come on, preacher. Y'all better stop playing. Do you got the path that takes you to your cash? Oh, you don't? Okay, let me do you a favor. You can go to the website, diaconireport.com. That's the word. It's a Greek word that means service and ministry. I know that's backwards, but it's just DIAKONIA. That's the website, diaconireport.com. But what is it? 750 pages. This is not rival. This is better than the Human Design Report. This is better than Briggs-Myers. This is better than any personality test. I would put my system up against anybody's system on the planet, off the planet too. Why is it so effective? Well, it's based upon three things. Number one, theomathematics. Number two, biblical alphanumerics. Number three, numerology. So I combine cosmology, theology, biology. So that way you can play. This is your playbook. So this is in my side of my DNA. This is my DNA activation report. And now I have a section inside of this book that explains it. Now, the best way for me to break this down for you easily, let me find my graph or my chart before we wrap this up today. So people, we make life hard. Yeah, I know. There's bad people in this world. There's death, there's mayhem, there's decay. There's people that will actually try to hurt you. Some people try to take other people's stuff. I'm aware of that. But that's on a different frequency. You, my brothers and my sisters, you establish what you see by what you believe. You do not see what you believe, or you do not believe what you see what you believe. That simply means that you can't see nothing that you don't believe. Now, if you think about that statement for a moment, that's a very dangerous statement. In fact, that's the most dangerous statement that I've ever heard. When I really got into understanding cellular biology and understanding the psychology of framing and how every picture has a frame, the frame determines what you see because the frame directs your focus. It's like if I tell you to go into my house and look for a green shirt, when you go into the house, you're not going to notice anything else because you're so focused because I gave you a frame of reference and I told you, look for a green shirt. You only see what you are told to see. What if you told yourself a different narrative than the one that was given to you by the dominant culture? That's how I got out. I was told that I was a short black man from Texas. I was told black people are not good in math. I was told black people are not good at reading compasses and directions. I was told black people were not good swimmers. I went into the United States Marine Corps, and they had special forces called 4th Recon. And there was no African Americans, or very few, even to this day, because we were told that I was told that black people can't swim. So I became a WSSI, a water safety survival instructor. I became certified lifeguard. I was told black people can't shoot. So I became an expert marksman. So everything that now we don't know who they are, right? Everything that they said I could not do, I majored. I made that my gift. I pursued mastery in the areas that black people are supposedly unable to master. Why would I do that? I wanted to prove the narrative incorrect. Now I get paid to sit at home in my underwear. I'm in my drawers right now. You can't see them, but I am. And I get paid to help people do what? Get their playbook. I do, this is your playbook. Now, your numbers are going to be different than mine, but if you don't have this 800-page book, it used to be, it keeps growing because I keep adding stuff to it. This is 800 pages all about you. This normally sells for $600. Today is April the 1st. Anybody that emails me at Dr. Will Rogers can get this 600-page document about you for $200. So for $199, you can get your own 800-page playbook that tells you exactly who you are. And if you're not blown away, I'll double your money back. Double. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I haven't had not one person get their playbook and not be satisfied. Why? Everybody loves themselves. It's called self-preservation. Now, this ain't no sales, this is service. I'm here to assist you with being you. Now, if you're happy being unhappy, this show's not for you. This not for you. But if you're a child, children are always looking forward. Children are always excited. Children are always learning. Children are always happy. They're always upbeat. They're always motivated because they're always looking forward. Old people are always looking backwards. Young people are always looking forward. That's why I'm always young at heart. That's why, regardless of my physical age, I am forever a child, because such is the kingdom of heaven. That's why the Bible says, suffer not the little children to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven. So no, I'm not an adult. I don't do adulting. I do creative. I fly off the seat of my pants. I jump in my car. Now, if I feel like going somewhere, I go. If I want to eat a donut, I'm going to eat a donut. If I don't want to eat one, I'm not going to eat one. So I don't do what other people do. I don't have these rules and these regulations. I ain't all strict, and I'm not all anal. Hey, what's up, Sister Ruby? I'm not all anal retentive, and I'm not all rigid, and I'm not all, like most religious people. You're gonna die and you're gonna go to hell and all this. I don't do that. Now, let's be honest. When you make statements like that, it's dangerous, because that gets into what, do as thy wilt. I'm not talking about that. There are some people who need moral absolutes. I'm not one of those people, because I have something called common sense. Unfortunately, when I worked in law enforcement, when I worked in a supermax prison, there were people in prison that I worked at that did some atrocities. It would never even come to my brain to do that to another human. And so I asked, where did that thought come from? Now, I have a book entitled The Ontological History of Mankind floating around there somewhere. And inside that book, I break down the different types of mankind. Unfortunately, I don't know where it's at. Anyway, it's around there somewhere. Unfortunately, I have to make this kind of statements because a lot of people have difficulty. Well, let's talk about this book, being God. So this is what everybody should. But there are some people that they don't have a conscience. At least that's what they say. Some people have difficulty establishing what you and I call common sense. Meaning, my gut tells me right from wrong. I don't have to read it in the book. So this, however, is a step above that. So we got the baseline that says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Should be common sense, but it's not. That's why I think they put it in the rule. When they asked Jesus, hey, can you sum up the whole gospel for us? Y'all remember in the Bible where they asked Jesus, can you give us the whole sum? He said, hey, yeah, I can sum up the entire gospel. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and your might. And love your neighbor the same the way you love yourself. He summed it up. Same thing. That's first base. First base, love. Don't do nothing to me that you wouldn't want me to do to you. So don't slap me if you don't want me to slap you. Don't steal my stuff if you don't want me to steal your stuff. Common sense, right? Well, it's not common. So, number one, don't do unto other people that you don't want them to do unto you. Number two, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Let me say it again. Number two, three keys, you eternity. Number one, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Golden rule. Number two, where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. Number three, never grow up. Stay a child. Suffer not the little children to come unto me, for such is the kingdom of heaven. If you do those three things, you'll be successful. If you treat people the way you want to be treated, if you make sure that you operate your mind according to your God-given design, if you align your mind with your design, you're guaranteed to shine. I got 100 grand that if you get this book, that's based upon your name, your date of birth, your blood type, and the place, which is the dragon lines, the ley lines of your birth. What city and state are you born? If you're born in New Orleans, Louisiana, versus San Francisco, California, OMG, versus Philadelphia, PA, versus Houston, Texas. Totally different frequencies, totally different ley lines. But do you know what they are? What is the viceroy in your city? If you're born in Miami, Florida, who's the ruling disposition of your city? Most people don't know that. So all of this stuff that looks like scribble behind me, this is the key to what all of this, I do this every day. Breaking the spell of spiritual amnesia. Over here I got written down because I refer to it every day. This is all the blood types and their star systems and star seeds, and everything is represented. Cosmology, theology, and biology. What if you don't know that? What star seed are you? What star system? Are you from the Andromeda star system? Are you from the Sirius star system? What stars influence your blood? You got crystals in your blood. You got magnetites and you got calcite crystals in your brain and in your blood. What amplifies, what activates your crystals? Crystals are amulets. Crystals are amplifiers. What if you don't know your blood type? You know I do these reports, and there are people that don't know their blood type. Your blood type is your God type. God simply means there are ruling dispositions. There are fallen angels. We call them angels. So what if you are unaware that the 7 churches in the book of Revelations is talking about the 7 blood types? So what if you don't know that A blood means alpha? What if you don't know that AB blood means alpha beta? What if you don't know that B blood means beta? What if you don't know that O blood means omega? What if you don't know that the 22 letters of the English, of the Hebrew alphabet lines up with the 22 amino acids inside the body? What if you don't know that the Bible really is the Bible really is a book about the body, and the body is a book. My body, I got the book of life inside of me. So what if you don't know that your body is the temple of the Ruach and the Pneuma? What if you haven't read this book? My book, this is about 600 pages. I wrote this book about 20 years ago. What if you don't know what's inside this book? Then you don't know how to activate your aura. That means that you don't control your spiritual, can you see that? Oh, you can't see that. Spiritual magnetism, your AURA. So what if you don't know all this stuff that I'm saying to you today? This is inside this 800-page book. You must remember what are the 3 keys? Number 1, golden rule. Do unto others if you have them do unto you. Number 2, purpose. Not penis, not punani, not paper. Purpose. Where purpose is not known, Negroes run wild. Show me a man that is broke. I will show you a man that don't know his purpose. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. He abuses himself and he abuses everyone else. Man, I was a charlatan, a deadbeat, until I found my purpose. Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. It's very unfortunate that most people live their entire life and they never know why God put them on this planet. It's a travesty. Most people don't know that letters are fetters. And Fetters is Jude 6 inside the Bible. Chains. Your DNA is literally a chain that binds your spirit inside of this dirt suit. So you are a individual expression of God, but you're chained in darkness. That's why we can only see 1%, actually less than 1% of the electrical magnetic spectrum. How come? We are literally fallen light beings trapped inside of a dirt suit. I break this down inside of this book. I break this down also further inside of this book. Now, I've written over 300 books. I have a special going on today. Well, it's been 3 days. Today's the last day. Well, I will write your book based upon your life story, and I will set up your website. Why? Because your life is your light. Most people don't know that they're flawed on purpose for a purpose. You know what my problem is? It's the dark side of my gift. Do you know that most people don't even know that? Do you know that most people don't even know their niche? I do this every day. I've been doing it for 30 years. I talk to people every day, and most people don't even know this. Now, this is probably backwards, but most people don't even know the basics. What are the basics? These are the basics. So I'm a 6. So that means I'm here. My gift is vision, and acceptance. So what's the opposite of vision and what's the opposite of acceptance? That's what I did for the first 30, 40 years of my life. I had no vision. That means I was blind. And no acceptance. That means I didn't trust nobody. I rejected everybody. Why? Everybody does this. Now, I got $100,000 I give you if you can prove to me that this is not correct. Now, I've been doing this for 30 years. Nobody's proven it to me yet. How come? Because this is based upon universal spiritual law. So is this. So the key to your success is for you to be nothing less than your best. That's called mastery. So what I teach is self-mastery. Bump everybody else. Most people I talk to, they know the whole cast of the members of, housewives of Atlanta or the housewives of Orange County. But when I ask them, what are the 12 attributes and characteristics that make up you? And 12 times 12 is 144. That's what it talks about in the book of Revelations, 144,000. That's the 144,000 attributes and characteristics that's inside of your DNA. Do you know what those are? If you do not, you already know what to do. Email me. I got a bunch of email addresses. Let's give you a simple one. DrWillRogers, Dr. Will Rogers, the number 33 at gmail.com. Email me. Let's get this party started. Remember, brothers and sisters, step into eternity by maintaining your childlike vigor. Whatever you do, do not lose your childlike faith. Don't grow up. Don't be an adult. Stop adulting. Stop being serious. Stop buying what the dominant culture is selling and be a child. Why? Because only children can inherit and enter the kingdom of heaven. Heaven is a high vibrational state. The word heaven means heave up or high up. So whatever you do, don't grow up. Continue to oscillate and vibrate with the youthful vigor of what? Children always wake up excited because they look forward to growing up. Adults, they always wake up and look backwards because they believe that the best years of their life have already passed. You see, brothers and sisters, every day is a new day. Because every day I wake up and I play. I'm so excited because I look forward to what the big G is going to drop in my lap today. Every day. You should live the same way. like a little child. All right, y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank the Big G for you. You already know. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Any questions, email me, drwillrogers33@gmail.com. Email address again, drwillrogers, the number 3 at gmail.com. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm going to see you at the top. God bless you.